Hey everyone, Flare Actress here with my first Skylanders review for the Giant set. And the first one I'm going to be doing is Bouncer. And this time I'll be doing the Legendary Bouncer because that's the one I got. I really didn't like the color scheme for the original, but the Legendary one looks pretty badass. Okay, let's get another look at the stats. Now these are basically only the preliminary stats. He really has only done 20 heroic challenges at the moment, so he's rather weak, but with over 1,000 health, that's pretty good. Okay, and his upgrades. The finger guns. Press A to shoot rapid fire ricocheting bullets, so it's kind of like trigger happy on the gun path, which is something I really liked. Shoulder rockets. Press X to launch a shoulder rocket into the air. That kind of targets opponents. It's kind of got a hit and miss on the opponent, but it still targets them somewhat if they're close by. Eye beam. Press B to fire a consistent laser beam that basically just damages opponents over time. A good thing I found with this is that Bouncer also turns his head to actually hit the opponent you've targeted, so you can basically walk around them to some degree. Targeting computer. Hold X to bring up the target controls and lock on to various targets. You can on the basic path you can basically do up to 2 targets at a time. But it's rather time consuming, so I'm not exactly sure if that's any good in PvP. And you can't move while you're targeting as well, so that's another bad thing. Machine gun fingers. Hold A to repeatedly fire finger guns at an accelerated rate, but it slows your speed right down to a crawl. So it's up to you if you want to use it. I've basically found you can just keep hitting the A button and you can do about as much, you can fire about as fast as you would just holding it, and you can still move at the same speed. Cooler eye beam. Increase the damage of your eye beam and reduce overheating, so you can basically keep your eye beam going for as long as possible. And the path I did was his basic eye beam path, and the first upgrade on it is the finger gun upgrade. Super machine finger guns. Rate of fire of the finger guns is increased, and they do more damage. They do 1 more damage. At this point it's about 7 damage per hit. At this point it's about 8 damage per hit. That's not taking into account critical hits, by the way. Professionally cooled eye beam. Eye beam does even more damage, yet overheats slower. So you're basically going to be really ripping into your opponents with this. And this is a somewhat cool one. While you're using your eye beam, you can press A to drop a little ball that shoots out lasers all around it in a circle fashion. But if you're actually targeting an opponent, when you do this, it'll actually lock onto that opponent while they stay within the little sphere's radius. And the Fists of Destruction. Now this is one I really like using. While holding A, press X to fire off rocket-powered fists. You don't have rocket-powered fists. I stand corrected. Yes. But it's really quite good. Does about 40 damage per hit. That's per fist. So there we go. Really couldn't see the numbers there. Oh, about 22 and so yeah, about 40 damage per hit. It's quite good. And yeah, here we go with the finger guns, and we'll do the eye laser on this guy and see how I'm basically somewhat tracking him. Also, at the start of the laser beam, it shoots all around before it actually hones in. So anything in that honing in stage will take about 10 damage. So it's somewhat good if you've got a wide field of like little bad guys to wipe out. And you can see the bullets ricocheting around. So a good thing you can do with this attack, if you've got someone on your back, you can actually run away from them, but fire towards the wall and it'll somewhat bounce back and hit them. And what we've got here, here's a little targeting computer. The rockets in themselves only do about 20 damage. So I'm not overly impressed with the rockets. I don't use it much. I just basically stick to the finger guns and the eye lasers. That's what this half was all about. Chuck out. There's little mines. Yeah. Yeah, they're rather hard to get the targeting on. And well, that's Bouncer. Thanks all for watching. Leave any comments in the below, and I'd like to hear what you think about Bouncer yourself. See yous.